Hello and welcome to Mikey Learns. Today is November 8th, 2020. Today we'll be covering a post on the SharePoint Reddit titled Create Workflow for Microsoft Forms on Power Automate. The OP asks, quick question, what's the best way to create a workflow on Power Automate for Microsoft Forms? Thank you all in advance. Reading through the comments, it's clear that the OP's question doesn't necessarily have all the details we need to answer the question appropriately, nor does the OP come back in and clarify further. However, we'll cover two common examples of capturing form responses and what you might do with them. Today's solution involves three components: Power Automate, a SharePoint list, and Excel. SharePoint list and an Excel document are two very common ways to store form responses. So jumping right into it, we have first and foremost the form. We'll just have a form with three questions here today. The options are a radio button, a single line text field, or a short answer, and a date picker. Jumping over to the SharePoint list, we have a site called Form Submission, a list called Form Responses, and three columns: question 1, question 2, question 3. The type of column is single line text field for all three of them. The one limitation to be aware of here is the default character count for single line text field is 255 characters. So if you're doing a long answer form response, you're going to want to be conscious of the fact that you're going to have to use a multi-line text field as your column type here, as a matching column. So that's the list. We also have in the default documents library, I have a document called book. It's an Excel document. I ran in here, created three columns, question 1, 2, and 3, formatted it as a table, and saved the document. Jumping on over to Power Automate, what we have is two run-of-the-mill, both a trigger and an action that you're going to need to do this. And this is kind of out of the box. You're going to always have to do this. When a new response is submitted, you're going to point the form ID is the form that you've created, form with three questions. Get response details, same form ID. The response ID comes from the trigger above. And then we have two scopes. One's for if you're using a SharePoint list, and one's for if you're using Excel. If you're doing a SharePoint list, you're going to want to do a create item, pick the list that's applicable, and what I did is I just mapped question 1 column to the question 1 response, question 2 to question 2, question 3 to question 3. Similar in Excel, I just mapped question 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3. If the consumer of this SharePoint list or Excel document would benefit from better header names or column names, then that might be appropriate. In my case, I'm just mapping 1 for 1. Hopefully that makes sense. Moving on though, one of the requirements you're going to typically have is that when someone submits a form response, someone other than the hoster of the form gets an email notification letting them know that they got a response. And typically in that email, you're going to want to supply the answers directly. Unfortunately, with forms, to the best of my knowledge, the only person who can get an email notification of each response is the hoster of the form. So how you would meet this requirement is using Power Automate. Say you're using create item in SharePoint. We're going to collapse scope 2 for now. Here you would do, send an email, and you're going to want to send it to, say, the person who needs the responses. Okay, I'm going to open up Outlook real quick, let that load. So inside of the email, you can use HTML formatting if you click this little code view button on the far right. And you could go over to the HTML school site, find a table that you kind of like here's just something that's kind of got a little bit of fanciness to it. We're just going to copy the code for it. And we're going to put it in the flow. Now, this example here, we've got first name, last name as the column headers, and two people's name. So we want question 1, question 2 instead. So we're going to change the form headers from first name and last name to question 1, question 2. And we need another header. And then here we need Peter and Griffin. So this is going to be question 1. Question 2. And question 3. You take this out. That should work. Alright. We'll save that. So this will send a little bit more of a fancy email. I just simply Googled, what did I Google? HTML table with formatting, W3 schools link. I can post it in the comments. And just copy and paste code and slap it in. Alright, so we're going to test this. Test. Submit. Oh, got an email. Alright, so we're going to check the list. We've got our response here. We go to the Excel document. We got our response here. And then let's see what the email looks like. I forgot to change the header, the title of the table, but you can see here. I also have a typo here, but you can see you can really fancy up the stuff. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, just leave a comment, and I'll reach back out to you and help you. Take care and have a great day.